Hello, this is the Liberty Sphere Report. I'm Anthony G. Martin. How do we know what the founders meant when they penned the U.S. Constitution? The answer might be simpler than you think. According to some, we must rely upon the, quote, interpretation of the experts in order to arrive at a true understanding of the founders' intent. Well, nothing could be further from the truth, and we have the founders' own words to prove it. According to Thomas Jefferson, Washington, Alexander Hamilton, Benjamin Franklin, and many, many others of our founders, the meaning of the U.S. Constitution is fairly self-evident, especially when one considers the views of those who wrote it. These writers left us in black and white the meaning of their own words. They told us what they intended when they penned the Constitution. So this matter of interpretation or relying upon the legal experts to tell us what it means is a rather late invention of lawyers educated in left-wing law schools in this country who have a vested interest in duping the American public into believing that we need them to tell us what the Constitution is. The reason for this is very, very clear. These particular individuals simply do not accept the philosophy of our founders. And if they did, then arriving at a correct meaning of the Constitution would not be so difficult for them. The only thing that they would have to do is to read the words of the founders themselves to discover the meaning. But that meaning they reject outright. And therefore, in order to change that meaning away from the original intent of the founders, they have to convince us that interpretation is all important. Well, listen to this. Jefferson said it is the right of every American and their obligation to read and interpret the Constitution for themselves. Jefferson also said this in a letter to William Johnson dated June the 12th, 1823, "On every occasion and question of construction, let us carry ourselves back to the time when the Constitution was adopted, recollect the spirit manifested in the debates, and instead of trying what meaning may be squeezed out of the text or invented against it, conform to the probable one in which it was passed." That lays it out fairly clearly, my friends. Those who would have us believe that the Constitution must be interpreted by the lawyers educated in left-wing law schools are wrong, and their views of what it means to be an American and what it means to live in a constitutional republic are flawed. This is the Liberty Sphere Report. I'm Anthony G. Martin.